Welcome to the Sports Betting Podcast, where three friends attempt to profit off of one man's uncanny ability to pick losers. Operation Fade Jerry starts now.
Let's make some money.
Welcome to another episode of Operation Fade Jerry, and we're going to open tonight with a question. Jerry, why do you hate me?
I love you, Jack. What do you mean, why do I hate you?
25 years of friendship, and you would think you wouldn't just screw me over with my podcast picks. But here we are, 2 weeks in a row. You've picked the same teams I've picked, not on the podcast, but in your own personal gambling choices.
Wah.
I know. Well, all times, guess who's the loser in the podcast? Right here.
Wait,
and
who's the loser in the podcast?
wow,
Who has to bend over and take it like a jailbird boy in the locker room every
Sadly
week with you guys, huh?
Well, the great
fair.
Oscar Wilde has a quote that I'll talk about Jerry's picks, the great Oscar Wilde. And you want in the gutter, Jack, with Jerry.
Yep.
We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking for the stars. So when you're in a certain place with your picks and you're in the gutter, you don't jump in that gutter with someone.
All right, I'll
Oscar Wilde.
think about that for a while.
It's bullshit.
So my record prior to the last 2 weeks, I have to say I was very happy with it. But in the last 2 weeks, after I've been Bennett affected, Pete is now nipping at my heels, as they say. So I'm a little worried that Jerry will continue to pick on me. And I know I'm wagging, but
grow your man bun and get a beard. What is it? One of those hipster beards going and move in your mom's basement.
Jack, you're overanalyzing. Bottom line, the gambling gods, they know what Jerry's up to and don't question it.
Well, that's exactly my point. Like, he knows this too. He should know it by now. I think he clings to this belief that he's going to make it all right and turn his whole aura of vincibility around and somehow roll off a streak of winners. And I end up holding the bag, so to speak. But I mean, he took the losses too. He obviously made the plays, and
you're still in first place.
It's the business then.
That is true. I'll tell you what. Let's switch it around then, if you want.
Nope.
All right.
You guys pick first, and I'll pick last. How's that?
That defeats the whole purpose. I
agree
give
with
you
Pete
the
on this
bonus pick. The bonus pick is okay. That's the wild card at the end. But absolutely, we are here for smart bets, wagering, investments, fun. And the only way to do that is the power and knowledge you have first, Jerry. We don't operate in a world where we know better than you. You know better than us, so just follow the trend. Just like the gold market's trending, just follow the trend.
Yes. I would ask for just a little bit of amnesty that if I make a podcast pick, please, if you have a heart.
Yeah, Jerry, if you have a heart, think about it like, when there's
and I don't mean like, I'm sorry, Pete, go ahead.
Well, no, just I know you're not asking for full peace with Jerry. You just don't want him to torpedo everything you do.
So listen, what I would say is if I pick something in the podcast and Jerry likes the same thing in the podcast, that's happenstance, right? But if I pick something in the podcast that's good, like today is Thursday and it's a Saturday or Sunday game, and then he decides on that day to bet it, that just screws me. I disagree with you. If he has, the one thing we never want to give up is, well, not First Amendment, but your First Amendment to pick who you want to. And if you steal away Jerry's faith, we lose everything. So don't put limits on you're worried that I'll be screwing with the universe? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you just let him. We want him to stay proud, have a vision, keep the faith. And if you tell him he can't do this, he can't do that, you have no right in hell to tell him that.
I will bet.
Well, let's test it out. Jerry, would you mind picking Pete's games this weekend for me?
I will pick what I want, when I want, how I want. That's it.
Fair enough. All right, let's get to the spreadsheet, shall we?
Okay, but first, I let me share my screen here. Okay, this is our podcast from last week. I would like to play a quick little clip from it. I got a parlay. I got South plus the over. Now get this. The over is 66.5. And all the media, all us articles are saying take the under. This is going to be a defensive battle because I ain't buying it. I think they're all on the side of the sports books. They're just juicing the sports books. I think this game's going way up. Both of these teams are scoring over 30 to 40 points each week. I'm taking the money line on South Florida plus the over for plus 288 points, and I'm putting 3 stars on that, so that if I win, I'm going to get almost 9 stars out of that game. How about
Could be
that?
the dumbest bet of the year, but okay,
Ooh.
what else?
All right, wrong. I was wrong. I'll leave my words, but parlay.
Okay, that's enough. I'm sending a live crow to your house, and next week on the podcast, Ozzy Osbourne style, you're going to eat it.
Eat it up, Pete.
That's fine. That's fine.
I nailed 9 stars on that game. That was awesome. That was
Very well done, Dr. Bennett.
fantastic. Okay, let me get back. Let's see. I got to get to the spreadsheet now, right?
That
Yes,
was
indeed.
painful.
Yeah. All right.
For some
here
people.
All right, here's the results from last week. Up, got to share again. Screen share again. So, interesting developments last week. As Jack had implied, if you look at the cumulative number of stars graph right here, you can see a tremendous change in trajectory of this blue line, which is Jack's wonderful start, just plummeting the last 2 weeks down, while Pete catapults himself into positive territory, almost meeting Jack. After last week, Jack's total is 6.41 stars. Pete's total is 3.80 stars, and my total is moving in the right direction, but still down underwater at -5 stars. So I need.
You know what's kind of symbolic? The Philadelphia Eagles, which Jack has the flag on, has lost the last 2 games, while the Chicago Bears have won the last 2 games. So the universe is starting to make sense.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with that. It's all Bennett affected nonsense.
Bennett effect is lowering the boom on Pennsylvania. Penn State
Completely.
Penn State has gotten him. Northwestern last week, give me a break. Franklin gets fired. The Phillies get booted out of the World Series. Come on, man.
All
That's
because
it.
of Jerry Bennett.
Right.
To provide a little clarity on the record so far this season, Jack leads 23 wins, 17 losses for a 575 clip. Rondo, as Jerry mentioned, coming on strong, 21-18 at a 538 clip. He did wuss out and did not make one bonus pick 1 week.
I don't remember that, but we'll talk about that later.
That's what the record says, my friend. And Jerry, 17-23 for a 425 clip,
Pretty
which
decent.
is probably better than his normal average.
Yeah.
Pretty decent, Jer.
Yep, indeed.
Those are these numbers up here, and this second graph here shows cumulative number of wins. But yeah, again, Jack leads, as he said.
It's a close race. I mean, we'll see how the next 3 weeks pair off, but it's getting close, ladies and gentlemen.
It's time for a bounce back.
It will be an interesting season.
Time for a bounce back. So let's get to the picks, boys. We'll start with college, and as always, Dr. Bennett will lead us off.
Dr. Jerry Bennett, go.
All right, so I get to start with college. I want to talk about a big-ass game that's happening right here in my backyard this week that probably no one even has any radar on. Georgia Tech, ranked number 12, is coming to Durham this week to play Duke. Both teams are undefeated in the ACC. Georgia Tech is 6-0. And Duke is 4-2, and this is what I want to raise the question: what is an underdog? What is it? An underdog is supposed to be the worst team, maybe winning the game. That's when an underdog wins a game. But Georgia Tech's ranked number 12, yet they're getting points. So Who the fuck decides who the underdog is? Is it Vegas or is it the AP? Is it the sports books, FanDuel and DraftKings setting these lines? Because Duke is favored in this game. Duke -1.5 against Georgia Tech, ranked 6-0, number 12 in the country. I don't know about that. Anyhow, this has me in an uproar. I'm going to pick this game, and I'm going to put 3 stars on this game. I am going with Georgia Tech on the money line at +100, and I'm going to parlay it again, single game parlay.
Here he's going. He's going to get cute. He's dipping back in the old parlay pool.
The over-under on this is 60.5. These two aren't going to get there. I've looked at all their games this year. You know, Duke, Darian Mensah is the quarterback there, and he's all the rage about them. But he lost the first 2 games. Who was it? Illinois and Tulane. He got pummeled. Those were real teams. And then who's he beat? He beats NC State, Syracuse, and fucking Cal. Come on, man. I don't see Duke winning that game.
It's a fishy line, to be sure. It
is a fishy line. So I'm parlaying this Georgia Tech money line plus the under for 60.5 points at +266. That's my first pick.
I saw Rondo taking notes furiously.
All right. Second pick. I've got 4 games written down here, and at this very moment, I'm not sure which one is going to be the second pick. I'm looking at LSU and Vanderbilt. This is another one where LSU is number 10, Vanderbilt is number 17, and LSU is getting 2.5 points. This is, again, Vegas deciding who's the underdog. I don't think I'm even going to move on to the next game. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to make this pick. This is my second game. This is my second pick. I'm taking LSU and the points, plus 2.5 points at -208. For 2 stars. Those are my college picks. Because who decides who's the underdog? I'm picking these in protest of this whole system.
Yeah, I can get started with my college picks.
Well, go ahead. We'll go right ahead.
Jerry, I'm going to take Duke -1.5. I do agree with his one side. Last year was a low-scoring game, Georgia Tech and Duke. Somebody knows something that we don't. -1.5, Duke is at home. I like them. Jerry, you're going back to the well too much. 2 examples. Did you win on Georgia Tech a couple weeks ago? Okay, you won on the parlay. I could have sworn you took Georgia Tech, Cincinnati, and not a podcast one, but one on the side.
I did win on Georgia Tech on the side, but it wasn't a podcast.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, going back to the well, Georgia Tech paid off for you. You're doing the parlays. You think that's going to pay off for you. It's like a fishing rod. You catch that big fish in the pond with the parlay, and you want to keep going back. It's not going to work out. Duke -1.5. They're at home. I like them. Going to take that for 3 stars. I believe it's -110, correct? So simple. Don't think, just fade. Duke -1.5. Kind of struggling with that second game. I do like what you're saying about LSU.
You said 3 stars?
Yes, 3 stars.
Go ahead.
But I'm going to actually go with, we double check this. I'm going to actually go with Texas A&M. A lot of people aren't talking about them. They're number 4 in the rankings. A -7.5, a -108 for 2 stars. Not a big bet, but the Aggies are slowly but surely becoming one of the best teams in college football. Number 4 ranking, -7.5, -108 for 2 stars. Those are my college picks. I'll pass it over to you, Jackie.
Thank you, sir. In doing research for my picks after the last 2 weeks, I thought a lot about this, and I developed a new strategy. I looked at some teams that are just auto fades. Oregon State, Boston College, Penn State, Oklahoma State, North Carolina, Washington State. They're just bad teams that their seasons are pretty much over. They have no interest in playing football. Pretty safe to wager money against them. And I'm going to do so twice this week. First game, Cincinnati -21.5, -110, Jer, versus Oklahoma State. I'm going to go 3 stars on this pick. Oklahoma State desperately wants their season to be over. They've had the crap kicked out of them by everyone they faced this year, other than their opening patsy. They got blown out again last week by Houston by 22 points. Cincinnati much better than Houston. They've had a solid season against quality competition, so I'm going to lay that 21.5. Again, -110 for 3 stars.
Ooh.
My second game is going to be UConn +1.5, -108 versus Boston College, and that will also be a 3-star bet. I looked up the defensive and offensive rankings of these two teams. BC is ranked 92nd in the country in defense, UConn number 80th. Yep. BC ranked second in the country in offense, but UConn ranked 16th. UConn throws the ball a little bit. So Boston College has one win on the schedule this season, and it wouldn't be what you'd call a quality win either. They beat Cream Puff Fordham in their opener. They've been rolled by Clemson and Pitt the last 2 weeks by a combined 72 points. They also lost to crappy Michigan State, Stanford, and Cal. Meanwhile, UConn has beaten every team in their weight class except Delaware and took Syracuse to overtime before losing that game in a game that was played by Cuse's quarterback before he tore his Achilles. So, yeah, I like UConn here. I think they'll win outright, but I'll take the 1.5 at -108.
It's -1.5 points?
It's +1.5. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yes. And those are my college picks.
And, before we move on to the NFL, let's take a little pause. How about those Indiana Hoosiers last week? Playing in a very hostile Ducks environment and pulling off probably one of the most impressive upsets of the year, I thought. So let's hear it up for the Indiana Hoosiers.
Woohoo.
Yeah, Hoosiers, indeed.
Yep. I think that guy is front and center in Penn State's wannabe coach list.
Yeah, he'll be definitely going to get some offers.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take the job, but I think Penn State will definitely make or try to make an offer he can't refuse. So let's get on to our NFL picks, and the patron saint will lead the way.
Back to me.
Yes,
All
indeed.
Right. So Jack was so sure he knew what I was going to do. We'll start off with this Thursday night game. Bengals. The Steelers going to the Bengals. I believe it's at the Bengals, right?
That's correct.
That is correct. Since Pittsburgh Steelers at Cincinnati Bengals, I am choosing Cincinnati. I'm taking the Bengals point spread plus 5.5 points at -110 for 2 stars because I think it's a good bet. I don't think Pittsburgh, this is kind of the are you who you think you are game. The Steelers beat the Browns last week. Aaron Rodgers is popping off saying he's feeling the best he's ever felt, playing as good as he's ever been. He's back. He's ready to go. This is the battle of the old farts. I mean, Flacco is now leading the Bengals, which is good for them. So, at least Jamar Chase and Higgins have someone to throw to them. So they're gonna make some catches. They're gonna score some points. Give me that 5.5 points. They're at home.
Give it to them. Give it to them.
That's it. 2 stars.
All right.
My next big rivalry game, the Washington football team playing Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. And Dallas poor Dallas. Dallas's defense is so bad. I think a fifth graders team could beat them. I'm going. Football team has started to find their groove, so I'm taking football team. Washington over Dallas, point spread -2.5 points in Dallas at -108.
So wait, Washington had their starting quarterback, lost to the Bears. Washington lost at home last week, but they're getting their groove on.
That's right. Yes.
Okay. Very confident. Pick number 3.
Ooh. What's his name? The running back in Atlanta, Bijan Robinson. Is that him?
That's the guy.
He is. I was watching some tapes of him, highlights of him, that they beat the Bills last week, and Robinson, and who's their new quarterback is looking good.
Michael Penix.
Michael Penix, yeah. He's
That's
really
correct.
looking good. I'm liking the Falcons and 49ers. I'm going Falcons over the 49ers. Money line on that at +114, 2 stars. Those are my pro picks.
Fair enough. Rondo, would you like to begin the fade, or would you like me to get?
You could go, my friend.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I was all about the Bengals until Jerry kind of led the way and went there. To me.
Oh, by the way, breaking news: Hendrickson is not playing for the Bengals.
Who cares? Their defense is garbage, and what difference does it make? With that said, the reason I like the Bengals is, and to back Jerry's theory here, this is literally their Super Bowl. They're playing a nationally televised game Thursday night. They have been terrible. They've been, cracked by a number of teams. the Steelers can't be taking this game seriously. And it's Thursday night. The Steelers have to travel on a Thursday, which is never fun. Short week to prepare. I did like the Bengals here, but screw all that noise. I am not going to take them. What I am going to take are the 49ers, and they're going to be my replacement pick. -2.5, -108. And I'll put, how many stars did you go on that game, Jerry? I'll do 2 as well then as my fade of the week, because I actually did look at that game and thought Atlanta might be a little, it seems weird to me that the 49ers should be giving points there as banged up as they are, but I'll go ahead and take them as my fade Jerry play. Moving on.
What is it? It's a -2.5 points for the 49ers.
It is at -108, and we'll go 2 stars. All right, I have questions for you boys. Here we go. If the Eagles played in Detroit on Monday night, what would the line be?
-1.5.
Okay.
Detroit -2.
Okay, that's fair. If football team played in Detroit on Monday night, what would the line be?
Detroit
Football.
-4.5.
I'd
4.5?
more than that. More than that. Probably.
You think?
-5.5.
Really? Okay. What about the Packers or the Vikings?
Those are divisional rivalries. Those are going to be closer.
Yep.
3.5.
How about the Rams?
Are we going to go through every fucking team in the league, or what?
Yeah.
Why are the Bucks getting 5.5 points on Monday night versus the Lions? Why is that? Why is that possibly occurring?
I looked at that game too.
Of course you did.
Well, are the Bucks the only 5-1 team in football?
They're the best team in the NFC, from what I heard, with the best quarterback and yada yada yada. 70% of the against the spread action and 77% of the money is on the Bucks. Yet the line has been rock solid at 5.5. It's not moving at all. Tells me that the Bucks are due for a beatdown, and Detroit is the team that's going to lay the wood. I'm going to take the Lions -5.5 at -110. Give me that for 3 stars, Jerry.
I like that one.
Wow. I like the analysis on that. Yeah.
I mean, the Lions just, once they get cooking, I mean, the running backs, the wide receiver, the tight end, once they're in rhythm, the Lions are really easy to put up 35, 40 points.
Indeed.
What is it? -5.5 points at -108?
That's correct.
110. Yes, got it.
All right, that was pick 2. Pick 3. You know, the Eagles line, they've stunk the last 2 weeks, or at least half of the Broncos game, and then last week they're against the Giants. Thursday night game, they took the Giants for granted. Everyone was like, the Giants stink, and clearly the Giants have gotten some juice from the rookie quarterback and the rookie running back, so give them their due. But I think the Eagles, they're getting back 3 players, Landon Dickerson, Quinyon Mitchell, and Jalen Carter. They all practiced on Wednesday. 3 key pieces. Vikings have a real good defense, second-ranked pass defense, but they've been vulnerable to the run this year, and the Eagles have not gotten the running game going, but I think they're going to try to feature that in this game, really going to Saquon Barkley here. I'm going to take the Eagles -1.5, -112 versus the Vikings for 2 stars in a sort of a bounce back game for the Birds. I know in the past when they've heard all week that, you know, they can't beat a team or they suck or whatever, that they tend to turn it up. And that's what I expect to hear. So again, give me the Birds -1.5, -112.
Yeah, it'd be doubtful. No one thinks the Eagles are going to lose 3 games in a row. So
yeah, it would be.
No one thought the
surprising.
Ravens would lose 3 games in a row.
That's fair as well. And who knows? We'll certainly find out, but I'm going to go with the Birds for 2 stars. And those are my 3 picks for the NFL.
Very good.
First pick, Steelers -5.5. It's a fade Jerry move. I wasn't even going to watch the game tonight, but I'm going to, change around my schedule because it is about fading Jerry. When you hear something you don't think you're going to hear out of someone's mouth, I'm going to take the Bengals. That's a quote like I just didn't think resonated, but it makes sense. Taking the Steelers, they're putting stuff together. I thought the line should be -8.5. I mean, Bengals, hey, next season. Burrows, how's the rehab going? Their season's over. So, this is their Super Bowl game. No, their season is over. They don't even want to be on the field. So, and I think I think the Steelers are a little pumped up. I think they got some momentum with Rodgers. I think that they're, playing with more symmetry. So I do like the Steelers.
You don't think, no, I call bullshit. You didn't think any of that. All you heard was me say Bengals and you say Steelers.
Jerry,
Don't
Rondo
take.
doesn't even know what the word symmetry means. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
okay. Let's just move on. It's a fade Jerry move. I'm not going to get over analytical. Yes, it's a
There
fade
you
Jerry
go.
move.
How many
Second game.
How many
Got to take my
stars?
3 stars. It's minus 112.
Yep.
3 stars
All right.
minus 112.
All right.
Second game, Chicago Bears minus 4.5
The Bears.
versus New Orleans Saints. Bears are at home minus 4.5, minus 115 for 4 stars. Going all in.
I knew you.
Chicago Bears third winning game. And what I loved after the press conference last week when the quarterback for the Bears got up and he gave the coach a compliment, says, I love having Ben Johnson in my ear. What a great offensive play caller. And it just made Bears fans just rally around the world. Your quarterback and your coach are on the same page. Let's go. So loving the Bears minus 4.5. I think Soldier Field's going to be rocking and rolling. The Saints are getting some respect at the 4.5. I do believe the Bears should be favored by 7 or 8. So I'm going to move on from the Chicago Bears.
How many stars?
4 stars. Love that game.
Wow.
The Bears at home.
Well, get on the record here. I like the Saints in that game. I just want to say.
So the third game, Jerry, I am going with you in the Cleveland Browns minus 2.5 versus the Dolphins. Kind of on the flip side, a different narrative happening in the Dolphins locker room. I talked about the Bears and their quarterback and coach on the same page. Not happening in Miami. The coach and the quarterback are not on the same page. The locker room's not on the same page. So I do see a lot of problems happening with Miami. Browns, the Dylan quarterback's been playing pretty well. I like them at home minus 2.5. So I'm going to do that for 2 stars, the Cleveland Browns, Jerry. So I'm giving you a little bit of love.
Thank you. What's the odds? Minus 110?
I believe so.
How many stars? 2 stars.
2 stars. Not terribly confident. I can never put confidence in Cleveland Browns in the same sentence.
Browns are minus 115, Jerry.
None of us can. Browns are minus 115. Thank you. All right.
Bonus time.
Bonus time.
Bonus pick. Bonus pick. Everyone's got to have a bonus pick.
I have 2 bonus picks, but I'm only gonna do one of them. Okay.
That'd be the rule.
So we've got 2 top 10 matchups. We got Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee's number 11 at Alabama this week, number 6, and we got Ole Miss number 5 at Georgia, who's number 9. And once again, we have Ole Miss ranked number 5, an underdog, getting 7.5 points. 7.5. That is my bonus pick. Ole Miss plus 7.5 at minus 120 odds at Georgia.
You just don't buy into the whole the line is telling me something, do you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like when things aren't as easy as they seem, they tend not to be.
Right. I agree. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I often take the other side of that logic. Yes. And lose.
All right. I'll make my bonus pick next. The Cardinals have lost their last 4 games by a combined total of 9 points. Often in embarrassing fashion, surrendering late leads and so forth. Kyler Murray is again questionable, but who really cares? As Jacoby Brissett is almost as good. Nearly pulled off a win versus the Colts. There is sort of the backup quarterback issue where a team plays its backup and they play really well, and then the following week they throw a clunker because it's the backup quarterback. But I'm not so worried about that because the Packers have been terrible this year on the road. They're a different club away from Lambeau. They tied the Cowboys. They lost to the Browns. So 6.5 just seems like a lot of points to me. And I'm going to take the Cards at home plus 6.5 minus 105 and give me that one for 4 stars, Jer.
Ooh.
Bonus.
4 star. Who are they going to crush?
I'm not going to crush. They'll probably lose the game, but I see it as a field goal game. It's the Packers. Packers on the road, 2 games this year. Cowboys tie. Browns, they lost outright to the Browns in Cleveland. So on the road, they're just not that good. Yeah. Peter, you're up.
Bonus time. Over. Lots and lots of points. I'm looking at the Indianapolis Colts at the Los Angeles Chargers over 48.5, minus 110 for 3 stars.
Nice.
I think we have some firepower with the offense. I do see some turnovers happening. I've seen that a lot with the Colts this year and the Chargers, a lot of defensive touchdowns as well as offense. So I really feel like that's a good play on Sunday afternoon. Colts Chargers over 48.5, minus 110 for.
Who do you like in that game, pal?
That's a tough one. I just think it's going to be a shootout. It's only minus 1.5. and you have two teams that when they look good, they look good. We don't have to talk about the Colts have been a surprise this year to everybody. The
Yep.
Chargers, a little mixed picture. I've seen the Chargers look great, and I've seen them look so-so.
Yep. Yeah, it should be a good game. I hope it's on because, well, it'll certainly be on Red Zone. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'd like to watch that game.
Yeah, good luck finding that
Hey, wait,
UConn
what is
BC
this
game.
Bengals? Okay, this Bengals
know.
Steelers game is starting soon. We got to make some phone calls.
Yes, we got to get to work. I'll probably end up doing what comes naturally and betting the Steelers because why? Fade Jerry.
Don't think, just fade.
Don't think, just fade. All right, boys. Until next week. Sure, we'll text this weekend. Fade Jerry.
Good night.